Let's see if it's live. Hello, kitty. Are we live? Can I be heard? Am I hearable? Can you guys hear me? I'm trying to make sure. Okay, yeah. I'm hearable. So, we're gonna fly the new Mythics. Hi, I am good. Hello, everyone. I am, in fact, hearable. Awesome. So, we are going to fly the new Mythics. We're gonna hit this person right about now. This is the sorcerer, Avernick. I like it. It's very pretty. I like the green. I don't know if you guys know for science, but I feel like she's gonna absolutely love this dragon just because of the green. Like, look how beautiful. I also don't have the correct runes, so it's been a struggle to get the legendary slash mythics and the right, like, legendary slash mythic runes, because they change. They change, so you just, like, I don't know what I need. I'm like, can I have this? And they're like, no. I don't even know if I have the, like, correct setup on the warrior. Like, I don't know if I even have a rider or anything on it right now. Right? I think that the sorcerer is so beautiful. Like, out of all of them, it's one of my favorite ones, like, looks-wise. It's so beautiful. I like the hunter too. I flew the that's probably the one I'm gonna get just because my first hunter was Fomar, and it kind of like reminds me of like a Fomar Zul child, like love child. Even though I hate Zul, like everyone knows, Zul is so ugly, but it reminds me of like a Fomar Zul love child, and like that's kind of spicy, you know. I think the sorcerer is like really good. Like it's really pretty, but I don't know how good it's gonna be defended. At legendary tier, it was bad. Like I didn't find it usable, but at mythic tier, it's pretty good. I love the like teeny tiny fireballs on the hunter though. Like when you have the little amp, it's like dee 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 dee. See, everyone says that Arrow is so pretty, but like I didn't like Arrow. I thought he was kind of ugly. I have Arrow and Rays, but I don't like Arrow. I think he's ugly. I think he's ugly. We might get some defenders on these runs. I don't know. Sometimes people defend and then sometimes they don't. So it's really kind of hit or miss. I mean, I could try to get like a friend to do some defending, but I could try to get a friend to do some defending, but then people are like, oh, well, it's, what do they say? Like, it's staged. I've had a lot of people say, like, that it's staged. He's a flying machine. Yeah, I mean, Arrow's pretty good. Like, he's definitely not bad. It's just, like, I think he's ugly. It's the same thing that, like, I didn't like about, what's his name? It's the same thing I didn't like about Zool. Like, Zool was good. He was just a little ugly. Ray's looks really pretty. I actually have like a printed picture of Ray's hanging in my bedroom. I also got 2 cats since the last time that I streamed. They're very cute. I also got a computer yesterday, like an actual PC, and it's touchscreen and I can like draw on it. Hi, die. I haven't flown these like much at all, so savvy. I got Arrow, but Ray's looks pretty good. I feel like Ray's is a little bit underpowered. Like, I definitely think he could use, like, a little bit of oomph, but at this point, I don't think they're gonna change it. Like, they don't usually do much for the Warriors. The uglier they are, the stronger they get. I didn't think Akuma was ugly. I actually really liked like the way that Akuma looked. I just am not really a huge fan of invokers in general, so that's the hardest part for me is like liking an invoker. Zul is all bones. Zul looks like a creepy mosquito. Like, if I have, like, a nightmare, it's probably, like, of Zul just, like, hovering over my bed. And it made it even worse that they gave him, like, such creepy little teeth. Like, if you look at his like, model really, really up close, like, he just has such creepy teeth. So creepy. I wish they would add more tears on Neptus. Neptus is, like, the epitome of an OG hunter. Like, Neptus is exactly what hunters, like, old school hunters were. I also think that they've kind of backed themselves up into a corner design-wise, just because of the, like, different towers and the issues with the different towers. Like, you have the Cosmic Orrery that's, like, pulling you forward, and then you have, like, the Howitzer that one-shots you, and then you have there's just so many things that can mess you up. Also, again, I don't have the correct runes for any of these, so they're super underpowered. This is just more to like, I usually do a stream every season when I get them. I didn't do one last season just because I had so much going on like in my personal life. Um, but I usually do one, and so this is my look at the dragons stream. When you look at the warrior like next to the other mythics, he's so teeny tiny. Like he just looks like a little chicky nugget. He also reminds me of those like really ugly beginning tier dragons. What is it, like Merc or Merc? Yeah, like that's what his body reminds me of. It's so creepy. He just looks like a creepy little bug that you would find like crawling around on the ground. I really just love the little teeny tiny fireballs. Oh, hello, cat. Hello, kitty. Guys, so I have a cat named Keely after a dragon in a book that I read that I really liked. And then we have a cat named Lucy, and we call her Lucifer because she's like a small little demon. Like, I swear. Just like anytime something happens, like it's definitely Lucifer. I'm like, oh yeah, that was Lucifer. Did I get the mythic sorcerer? I haven't chose what I'm getting yet. Keely, like Keelie. I haven't chose what I'm getting yet. I like at this point in time, it's between the sorcerer and the hunter, just because I like the two of them most. Also, the hunter's portrait looks really nice. Like, it's stupid to be like, yeah, I want this because of a portrait, but that's just me. Like, I really want to get Talos or whatever, the invoker, just for the portrait, but I have to like tell myself not to. Oh my gosh, Lucifer, Lucy. Oh my god, she's playing with a wire. Lucy, come here. Go, Remy. Okay, she's given up on the wire. The wire is not her friend anymore. She has so many toys too. Hi, Mimi. You wanted to come cuddle? Okay. Great to see you come back from the dead. I have been resurrected. I am actually this season's resurrection dragon. How are we doing today? I'm doing great. I feel like my life is coming together. Somewhat. There's still a few little hurdles, but yeah, I've been gone for a little while. Honestly, I was kind of burnt out, and I just had so much going on in my personal life that it just wasn't feasible for me to do any of this, basically. So I kind of just dipped out for a little bit, but I'm back for now. We'll see how long that lasts. But I got a new job. I moved back closer to my parents. Like, I am just in a lot better place. Well, thank you so much for subscribing and hanging out with us. It's always fun to have new people. we are getting. I haven't flown these dragons much, so it's gonna take me a little bit to kind of like warm up and know what I'm doing. In all honesty, can I show the sorcerer gameplay? Yeah, I did fly it a little bit in the beginning, but we can definitely fly it some more. Define a little while. Like 7 hours. I'm just kidding. The sorcerer is really, really pretty though. The shield reminds me of that like gold shield that Naja had, but it's like a green version. I really like the runic look though. Like that's something that I enjoy. Like this is gonna be disgusting, but when I used to play Fortnite, they had some characters with like that runic kind of symbols all over it, and it was like my jam. I was obsessed. Hello, welcome. If you don't mind, would it be fine if I tried to kill your base? Absolutely. Anyone who ever wants to practice on me is more than welcome to. I don't usually look at replays just because I get hit fairly often, but if you want me to look at your replay, just message me online. I don't check my game emails as much anymore just because it gets a little crazy in there. So if you ever want to message me, like message me on Instagram or Line. I will respond a lot quicker there than I will in game. Aw, well, have a good day at school and work. Or schoolwork, whatever. I I have 4 brain cells and like 2 of them are not working right now. Yeah, Avernick is definitely the best looking. I do like the look of Barbin though, like the whole barbed wire kind of look. It's not bad. Um, the legendary version of Avernick is not very good though. Like I will say that it struggled hard. I also will say that giving Avernick like a lightning resist helps out a ton too. It's really hard for me to get through bases without lightning resist on sorcerers and warriors. Like if I ever hit you in Atlas or with a sorcerer or like a warrior, just because I do enjoy using them, I 90% of the time have a lightning resist on. Oh wow, then you need to go to bed. Which is the best for Mythic? This is I haven't flown them enough to really have a solid opinion yet. But I do like the hunter for sure, and I do like the sorcerer. I haven't flown the warrior enough to have like a major opinion yet. And again, these are not the correct runes for these dragons. They're like the legendary version, so it's not really boosting anything because the spells change. Like the names of the spells change. Which mythic do I like? I really like Barbend, and I really like the sorcerer. I again haven't messed with the warrior that much, just because I'm really weird about like what my dragons look like. So I just think he's kind of ugly. And even though I'm like the self-proclaimed warrior queen, like he's the ugly one. So I don't want to mess with him. He creeps me out. See, the first hunter that really made me actually enjoy hunters to an extent was Fomar, and it really gives me like that Fomar and trap like damage amp vibe. So I like it. I also like entrap hunters for the most part. The warrior dragon is low key growing on me. I know, but he just looks so ugly. He looks like a creepy little bug. Which one is the best at Legendary? I really like Barbend at Legendary. It's pretty good. Even with the blue cloak, like, you can entrap the blue mage, or you can take it out really quickly. I've seen a lot of people have a lot of success with Barbendit Legendary. I also, honestly, if you're not gonna get a Mythic and you only have the choice between the Legendaries, the Invoker isn't bad. And it's a lot, like, if you need a full dragon, it's super discounted. So it's 19k sigils, but you get a whole dragon. So if you know that you're not going to get a Mythic, it's not bad at all. And it's pretty, and it has a really pretty portrait, if that's, like... That's something I'm into. Like, I really like certain portraits, and I will go out of my way to get them. Can I fly the warrior? Yeah, in a minute I will fly the creepy bug. And I'll just close my eyes. He also has a creepy face, though. Like, it's not even just his body. Like, if you look at his face up close, like, it's really weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I suck at getting mythics. Really, if you're like a lower level or you're not in a super high league where you're getting a lot of sigils and like team prizes consistently, the best way to do it is to do like every other season and kind of have like a save season, and then you get like your mythic the next season. It's a little bit different now than it used to be, because it used to be like every other season was a hunter season and most people went for the mythic hunters. So they would save during like a warrior sorcerer season, and then they would get it during, or like invoker sorcerer season, and then they would get the hunter. But now with this new system, I don't really know how it's going to be moving forward. Like if they're going to cycle, I would assume that there would be a mythic hunter every season. But like, I don't know for sure, you know? The Invoker is so good for its price, but I personally don't see it working past around Vanguard tier. I think one defender, you'd be okay. Definitely undefended. It's going to be harder at N tier just because of the variation in, like, people's gear, their riders, and stuff like that. But I've heard really, really good things from other like GPF and CF members that have been using it, that they've actually really enjoyed using it, and most of them are N tier as well. So I think it'll be pretty good, especially if you're newer and starting out. It's really a good dragon and a good price. Taco is a warrior bully. Normally I love warriors. Like, everyone makes fun of me because I do, like, the last, I don't know, year or two, I've been exclusively flying warriors and sorcerers, and this is just like the first season that I'm like not feeling the warrior. Like, I got Nakmar and I got Rays. Those were the first ones that I got, and then I got Kinarix. But typically I am the warrior sorcerer queen. They've got to cycle some in since there's 4 types. I'm not sure how it'll be done, but I think it could work. I think they're going to cycle in, like, the Invoker, Warrior, Sorcerer, but I really think that they're going to have a Mythic every season moving forward. I obviously don't know that for sure, but I think it's definitely a possibility because most people save up and try to get the Hunters just because they're kind of the meta. Honestly, it's harder to use the different classes right now just because of the orrery, in all honesty. Like, an orrery and an ice flak is detrimental to most warriors and sorcerers for sure. There's just not as much ability to dodge and get away from that pool of the CO. Hello, Keely. Do you need attention? Your collar's a little loose. I'll have to tighten them back up for you. Hi, welcome. Thank you for watching and joining. We are flying some dragons with not good runes on them, but you know, it's fine. Where's the sorcerer? I actually have it in a dungeon, and no, I'm just kidding. It'll come out. I'm kind of just cycling through them and enjoying what I'm doing. I'm just having a little funsies. Fly Sepula. I don't have Sepula. I wish that I did. I mean, Sepula wouldn't even be useful anymore at this point, but like I absolutely I wish I could have gotten Sepula. I wish they would have let me trade in my Calivor. I just really like I enjoy Entrap Hunters so much. It's like my jam. I don't know why. Like even though it's like Freeze Hunters are technically similar, I just like the Entrap. I don't know why. It's weird. Curious on what dragon would be the best to get. Um, are you talking legendary or mythic? Because they change, like, they change. So, like, I wouldn't recommend the legendary version of the sorcerer, but I would recommend the mythic version. Yes, Ronan was absolutely my favorite hunter that I have ever flown, and everyone, like, on my team back then made fun of me because they all hated Ronan, and I was obsessed. I would say Barbend or Avernick. I really like the mythic, like, sorcerer. It's obviously going to be harder on, like, double and triple defended just because all sorcerer and warriors kind of struggle there. But single and probably double defended, you would be okay. But obviously, if you're in-game and you're hitting really, really high bases, I would probably go for Barbend. Do you like this season's dragons, or are they all meh? They're pretty good. I don't like the warrior, but it's more so like the look than like the spell set. I think he's so ugly. But I do like Barbend. Like I said, I am obsessed with Entrap Hunters. Any info on a resurrection dragon? Honestly, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. And see if they've posted anything or if they've chosen. I don't know. I don't even remember who was the resurrection dragon last season. Was it like Skull or Hati? Skull and Hati? Does anyone else think Arrow was OP? Arrow is like OP in the sense that like how Hazen was, where if you fly it slow and like meticulously, you're basically untouchable. Fly the warrior. Okay, I will in a minute. Hello, Keely. Do you need more attention? I'm telling you, Barbend is really good. It's definitely like you have to get used to it because of the whole like chained and unchained spell thing. But it is really good. And I mean, you can see Avernick isn't bad either. Hi, Kiki. Sorry, I have to figure out. I just think the dragon is so ugly. He's so creepy. Like, look at him. He looks like a fat little merc. Like a little fat blue merc. That's what he looks like. Do you have the other skins yet? No, I don't. So, I'm a part of the creators faction, and they let us test the dragons and make content with them. So, like, I don't have any personally yet. Except Barbend. I kind of like the ramping up aspect of the warrior. Yeah, so the ramping up thing, actually I believe it was during Foamheart season, they had a dragon called Tez, and that was the first dragon that I know of that had that kind of ramp up effect. And if you were flying in on a base that was, on islands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they had an anchor at like 7, 8, you had so much time to ramp up that like breath amp and really get yourself in a good position to have so much damage coming downstream. Like, and you can see as you get further along how much easier the towers die. But the thing with the warrior is if you're hitting max bases, it's going to struggle at first because you don't have any kind of damage amp helping you out. If the resurrection is Sakura next, and then I found a pattern. It's going in order of old festive drags. This would make me think that in the fourth order. If it's Sakura, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I really did, like, Sakura was so pretty. Arrow is not OP because I can beat much higher bases without struggling using Zul. And House could till 120s, whereas Arrow struggles on 115s. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. For me, I mean, I had pretty good gear and runes and stuff on Arrow, so it worked out well for me. I do know that a lot of people still use Zul and stuff, though. Like I said, though, you have to fly it more like Howie's style, where you're a little bit slower. And that's the hardest part of Atlas, is getting a dragon that's fast enough that you can beat bases. See, like, the warrior's not that bad. It's just, you really have to let it ramp up. Avernick is really pretty. I really do like the look of the sorcerer. Like, out of all the, like, looks-wise, I like the sorcerer. Yes, we hear you, kitty. Oh. Kralos is still the Atlas King. Absolutely. I, like, it's a love-hate thing with Kralos. So, like, I hate getting Crafeebled, but, like, I love when I can Kralos somebody. I do agree he's very ugly. I just won't look at him while I fly. Exactly. Just don't look at him. Hi, Ruru. I can't believe you forgot about me. Eee! How is the warrior mythic? It's okay. It's definitely not terrible. There's been a million other worse mythics. Like I said, if you're hitting max bases with it, though, you have to, like, wait for it to ramp up. You can't just, like, go for it. So if you're hitting 7 and 8, like, it's a little tough. Kralos is annoyingly good. It really is. Please bring Kralos back. I think we should start like a Kralos cult. I've been praying for a Kralos resurrection or a dragon similar. Aw. Ooh, Shogroth was fun to fly. I did get Shogroth. I only had, like, I had him on one of my alt accounts, though. I never got him on my main account. Hello, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to whatever this has become. Whoop. I have a blanket and my little toes is sticking out. Gotta cover them up. They're a little cold. I got cold toes. Is it possible to join Sandslingers? Oh my god, Jay's here. He's putting creepy faces in my chat. Is it possible to join Sandslingers? You would have to message, like, Ruru or Prime or somebody else other than me. I just hang out and they let me. Kralos to Monarch tier. Oh my god, I would never use another dragon. I would Kralos everyone. Do not bring Kralos back. Jay, stop putting creepy faces in my chat. Jay, you should play Rogue Company with us later. Taco, 1 out of 10, how was iMix? I liked iMix. I thought it was really pretty. I would probably say like a 6 out of 10 though. I don't think it would have been good, like, heavily defended. Hello, welcome. Oh, I have little devil faces. Oh no. Wow, okay then. Bring Dross back. Dross was like low-key kind of broken though. Like you could set up some like high bases with Dross. That was a good freaking one. And Dross's portrait was like top tier. Like the Dross portrait, so good. Oh Lord. Is Krygant good with the most... Okay, so this is the thing. Krygant, I don't have the right runes. So some of the like CF members only got the legendary. Some of us have mythic, but no one has the correct runes. It's a mess because they're trying to figure out how, like, they can't give us the legendary and the mythic versions of the dragons. Like it's two different things. And then the runes for the legendary dragons don't carry over to the mythic versions. So there's like two different sets of runes. So all of these dragons that I'm flying right now at mythic don't have the right runes. So it's like, it's literally, I'm showing you kind of like underpowered versions of these dragons. And I don't have the correct setups for riders. Like this is just throwing stuff together and hoping that it works. Corel is decent. Oh my god, Corel is so beautiful, and I really did enjoy Corel. I was happy to have gotten Corel. Dad, Crampy can dab. Oh, I know. They showed us like a little, when the CF was getting information for, Crampy, like a little thing of it dabbing. Besides War Dragon, how is Clash of Beasts going? I have been enjoying Clash of Beasts. Good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Fly Raise. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it's on my perch, and I haven't touched it, so it would be really bad of me to Fly Raise right now. But yeah, Clash of Beasts has been super fun. I have been enjoying it. I'm on War Enforcers. We just be out here. I'm making Dad play Clash of Beasts with me. I also moved into a bigger apartment, and it's so nice because my cats have like room to run around and do crazy stuff. They do like parkour daily. They're like parkour, and then just. I also have like a cute little balcony so Remy can look at other dogs and bark at them. Forcing by gunpoint. No, I don't force him by gunpoint. I just say please, and he usually is okay. Or he like tells me I have a big forehead or something. Which mythic is better? I think Barbend is really good, and I think that Avernick is good. Honestly, the warrior is pretty good, but like it's ugly. So my opinion is hurting. How was Skull and Hati? Skull and Hati, I don't rate them as like good dragons. That's just my opinion. I'm scared. Which legendary would I consider the best? For sure, Barbend. Whee! Oh, Skull and Hati are beautiful. I just don't like this like spell kit of them. I don't know. It's like I gotta give you all my noises. See, that's the thing. Like if you're not super like in game, Skull and Hati is good, but at end game you can't use Skull and Hati. It's the same when they first came out. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're so beautiful, they're so great," but you just can't use it at end game. The shield is a very short duration. Yeah. Did you know that you can get damage buff on orange shield even without being hit? I didn't fly Orin that much. I I didn't like Orin, in all honesty. Uh, cause I did die at first in the beginning. Like if you rewatch the stream, I died. Yeah, you can hit me at any time, at any point with any dragon that you want to test. I don't care. I get hit decently often enough to where it's like I don't mind being hit. Like once I can get the hang of a dragon, it's a little better. It's just a little bit hard to do everything and switch between dragons. I never get hit. I get hit pretty often. But I always tell people that they are more than welcome to hit me. So, like, I never mind if someone practices on my base or anything like that. Unless you hit me like 700 times in a row. Like, then I might be a little bit annoyed. Yeah, the sorcerer is not really usable at legendary. It is more viable at mythic tier, but not at legendary. You just can't really use it. Like, if you can only get a legendary, I would probably either get I would probably get Barbend if you can only get legendary, because the legendary versions of the other two aren't that good, but the mythic versions of all three are pretty decent. Join United in Honor. I have a lot of friends on Sandslingers, so I don't think I could leave them. A 3 bill skull and hottie. Nice. 50%'s not bad. I think my base is like 70 bill. Barbarian transitioning to mythic only gets a white cloak is what I've seen. I believe there's like some slight maybe like damage changes or cooldown changes of some of the other things, but it's not bad at all. The warrior seems pretty good, honestly. Like, they all seem pretty good at mythic tier. It's not like any of them are unusable or anything like that. I wonder if there's like enough, because honestly, like I don't know how the season's gonna progress or anything, but I wonder if you can attain enough keys to get all 3 mythics. Yeah, like I said, if you can't get a mythic, I would get Barbend at legendary, or the invoker, but just because I don't think that the sorcerer is definitely not that good at legendary, and I don't know about the warrior, um, but Barbend is great. I've seen so many good videos and good opinions of Barbend at legendary. Hit Odin. I assume you can get enough keys to get at least 2 of them mythic. At that point, I would probably personally choose Barbend and Avernick, just because the sorcerer is the sorcerer. I mean, the warrior is super ugly, super ugly. But if you could get all 3, that would be cool. If you like get enough keys and stuff during the season. I just really don't know how it's gonna go as far as, because you get like the ascension tokens to get the skins and all like that. Like, I don't know how it'll be. Like, it just seems a little bit like a circus. What happened to Odin? He's been playing Clash of Beasts. I don't think he's been doing War Dragons content. I know he got removed from the creators faction for War Dragons. But he hasn't made War Dragons content in a while. He still plays War Dragons. I'm actually, so when I play Clash of Beasts, like, we have a guild, War Enforcers, in Clash of Beasts as well, and I play in his team, so, like, I see him pretty often, but, as far as War Dragon stuff, I don't think he does much content for War Dragons anymore. I also know that he did, like, get in a wreck and was dealing with that kind of stuff, so he hasn't really been around much. You are super, super welcome. Anyone is welcome to PM me online or Instagram. I will get back to you quicker there than I will in game. If you want any more information or you just need to ask me a question or something, like, just PM me there. And we're going to start winding down the stream. We might stream again later. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I really would like to do other things today. It has been fun, though. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful day or night wherever you are in the entire world. And I will see you in my next videos. I will have, like, in-depth reviews out for you, and have more information and stuff like that. And more footage. But, hopefully I will be able to stream again. I don't know yet. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't leave. Aw. Give me your egg tokens. I would give you, like, 4 if I could. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna